So what are we doing here, guys? Ty, what's our primary objective with this channel right now?
Where is the channel going next? And that is a good question. I've always been trying to think about like where has the channel been going next.
Yeah.
Xmob.
Welcome to the T&T
T.
Podcast. It's your boy Taj and
Your boy Tyski, and today we're shooting a podcast, or our first podcast actually, of Xmob Channel's podcast.
yes, sir.
This is our first time, so don't judge us. We're still trying to figure this out. Yeah, first of all, how you doing, Taj? I haven't seen you in a minute.
All right.
And for like a solid minute. By the way, before we started this video, I haven't seen this guy for maybe about 4 months, it feels like. I don't know.
It's been a while.
Somewhere
since I've
around
seen,
there.
You know, post-pandemic things.
Man,
It's been wild times, guys. We got the
Man.
writer's strike going on.
the writer strike is crazy. So as us being on the channel, we got a lot to talk about. I know everybody has questionnaires. We've dropped off for quite a while, and you know you probably have a lot of questions. So in the comments down below, feel free to comment for the next video we're gonna be shooting soon. So yeah, we'll let that know. We're kind of stacking this up, so you might want to start dropping them questions on our story so that way you can get it instantly.
Hit us up. We want to connect with you guys. Ask us questions. You know, feel free to leave your comments, questions, requests, whatever down below, and we'll try to get to them.
So our first episode number 1, has
Crazy.
no name right now because we're still trying to figure this out right now. But you know, we are wanting to dive in and talk to you guys about what's been going on. So our first question that we've hidden up is what's the update about the Xmob's whereabout? Where have we been? What's been going on, and like what's behind the scenes? We talked about season 4 coming around the corner so long ago, and it just like never dropped. But it's only because we haven't been making that many videos. Currently right now, I even checked it on our page, or not the page, but my storage, that I had about like 3 episodes of season, of season 4, yeah.
Just like on the
Just on the saves
magazine and the clip?
yeah, pretty much, yeah. And those 3 episodes is Chef Boyardee.
Oh,
So we haven't,
that's a good one.
we haven't edited that, even though that might be out during the time you're probably watching this,
Right.
years back, right? And yeah, we shot a music video for Blinded. I have the behind the scenes.
The BTS of that?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
that has a whole vlog experience, and I haven't put that together, so we got that, and then
Fun content.
yeah, really good one. The third one is Kicking It with Tyski. You know how we did Kicking It with Lauren?
Yeah.
So I did that video shoot, or that thing where I hit you up about my homie Janini calling us for doing a dance thing. So I had shot that there.
Oh, dope.
And there's a Kicking It with Tyski. I just did a little interview
You're answering
thing.
questions and stuff?
Pretty
Oh,
much,
that's dope,
yeah.
bro. That's dope. I want to see
I'm
that.
curious how that's gonna be, because Lauren's I really enjoyed a lot.
So Tyler's the editor extraordinaire, in case anybody was like wondering. He's the brain behind the business. He edits all the stuff. He does all the magic, all the CGI, green screen, all the effects, every single dissolve effect, fade, whatever it is. This guy does it. He's the genius behind it. We just kind of show up and we act silly, put our character into the videos and stuff like that. And this guy, he makes it sing. He really does it.
Good looks, G.
Yeah, for sure.
We make the comedy off of all these vlogs that we just make, and it's like it's pretty crazy how far we came into
Seriously.
like making videos. Because at first, I guess a good thought about it is like, where did our channel really come from?
Right.
Honestly, it was just based off because I just wanted to create memories for us. I wanted to create memories for us, but I did not realize that it was gonna go the way that it did.
Yeah.
And people just loved it.
Right.
So I was like, bro, we can be YouTubers.
Yeah, literally.
Like, it's crazy. Yeah? Like, we can actually be YouTubers.
I mean, you've been doing that since we first met,
Yeah.
recording us and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. I've been wanting to just. That was all just the memorable things,
Yeah.
I got hella footage of like literally the whole crew.
Yeah.
When I had like potato camera, and like, it was just like filming on a potato, and we still have so many great like videos. You know what I mean?
Literally. Stuff that's on the PlayStation 3 hard drive, right?
Bro, oh my gosh, we do have PlayStation 3 hard drive stuff. We got to go back to that and find all that information if we ever do.
Back in the days.
Bro, back in the days when my PS3 was a kid anymore, but it's not, so it's getting older again. As for where Xmob has been, we've honestly just been busy. We've been trying to work on our own works and how our lifestyle is, and trying to get by on things. You know,
Yeah.
it's been really it's been an interesting journey, and I'm pretty sure that's pretty much been the same thing for you guys. You know,
Right.
So,
As you guys may or may not know, I am an actor. So is my sister. We have been acting since we were 18. Well, since I was 18 months. Since Lauren was a little baby.
months?
Yeah, 18 months.
Oh, wow, I didn't even know.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Nah, I didn't know that far.
Yeah, bro. My first gig, I was a little baby in a Honda ad.
Really?
Just with a little smile, yeah. Probably send you the picture. We could put up the clip.
Yeah, we definitely need that. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, but yes, I did a Honda ad when I was 18 months, and I've been acting ever since. And you know, even all through the breaking years and stuff like that, acting has always been there. You know, I remember I played the guitar for a couple months, and I didn't like that. I tried to skateboard. I wanted to be like a pro wrestler at some point.
Man.
All these different things, but acting has been like the constant through my life. Even after breaking, when we like kind of semi-retired from breaking, acting has always been like at the forefront of my life. And so right now, you know, we're going through this damn writer strike, and they're trying to make AI write movies and stuff like that, and we don't like that. So I'm just hoping that all the writers get paid so we can all go back to work
and actually be able to work through all this stuff.
Yeah, because I'm over it, man.
That's insane, though. Like, even the ideas of AI, like, AI has definitely just really just changed the game entirely.
has.
And, like, I know it's affected your work by a lot.
Most definitely.
Me being as a, like, videographer that's a freelancer, AI has kind of helped me out, but I don't necessarily seem like AI is, like, overtaking over my job.
Yeah, which is good.
You know, I'm pretty lucky, I would say, for that concept, you know, because in that case, I can still work for other people. The only thing that AI can probably take care of is probably edit some simplistic videos for like clients,
cool,
but you know,
it's just fucking crazy because it's like, you know, we appreciate the fact that AI, robots, you know, all that kind of stuff has it can revolutionize the industry and it can make things, you know, easy on us. But the fact that it can replace you is what's so crazy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? The fact that it can replace a writer.
Oh yeah.
Motherfuckers out here chat GBT movies, which I'm not okay with that.
Man, I believe that because I've used ChatGPT like plenty of times to like make my YouTube videos for like my channel and stuff.
Yeah.
And like the amount of easiness that I was able to make like mad videos, just post it up. I came up with this strategy where it's like I'm making like at least 2 videos a day by just simply like placing my camera here and then like, all right, point the camera to my face and then talk about what that is. But I script it out with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And then from there, it's like I make 2 videos, the topics about whatever it been and like in my film niche and stuff like that. And it's like from there, it's just like, damn. As long as there's information that you know, chat can take off of that, man, endless content.
And
it's
it makes
crazy.
things so much easier for you, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like it's one thing to be able to use AI as a tool. It's a whole other thing to like use AI to replace the jobs that humans once had.
Yeah.
Certain things that need a human touch, like writing. I just feel like you need a human's touch. It's one thing if you're like, you know, for you know, in your case, for instance, writing a caption or the description of a video or the title of a video, that's different. But if you're writing an entire script,
Give us some feeling and emotion.
I don't trust AI to be able to take control of that. You know what I mean? At least not as well as humans did it. So
yeah.
I'm not with the whole AI replacing humans as writers and stuff like that. And so I just hope that we come to a good resolve in this strike and that writers get paid what they're owed, because we need writers. We really do. We know we need humans in those jobs. And so I'm just hoping and praying that, you know, guys, robots cannot replace the human touch. It's just impossible.
Well, even the fact that even robots are able to assist us in driving and stuff like that, completely like, you see how Tesla's allowing you to just like, you know, sleep in the passenger seat, and then, you know, you just be safe just letting it drive. Like I've seen a video on there, like surface on it, as you guys are seeing this clip, is a lady driving a Tesla, but she's not driving it. She's just sleeping in the car.
That's crazy.
But the Tesla's going, and it's just like, you actually trust your car 100% to drive you to your destination?
And I don't know. Numbers. People have died from that. So
yeah,
like I don't know. I think that I appreciate the fact that AI is able to
assist us a lot for a lot of things.
And that, you know, technology has been able to be pushed forward so fast. You know what I mean? And it really does make life easier. But at the same time, I don't think that it can ever replace a human being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
On its touch. And like, especially for like, even in the industry of like creativity, like it's definitely a really hard targeted situation because like we don't know where it's going to go, we don't know how it's going to be in the future, and like even those interviews with like other people talking about like, yo, what's going to come upon when it has way too much thought process to realize us as humans are terrible. Right. And like we are the bad for this world, you know what I mean? Right. You know, that's the whole Terminator. That's the whole point of the movie Terminator. So it's like, you know, it's like T2, bro. That's how it is. T2. 2 T's, man. We literally came up with that name like 20 seconds before starting. It's a completely.
So man, how do we meet?
Man, all right. Oh my gosh, how we met.
It goes back a while now.
This is going way, way back. Let me tell you guys from my perspective of where I had met Boogie Brett / Xmob. Mainly, we're just going to say Xmob here. It makes more sense. Right. But how I met Xmob and in the order that I met it, it started off with Cam and I. Mm-hmm. Met him from this dance studio called Millennium. The Millennium Dance Complex is in North Hollywood, one of the top tiers, one in like Los Angeles, right?
It was, because it's gone now.
It's gone now, yeah.
Which is fucking weird.
So dumb. Well, it's moved.
Yeah,
so it's moved.
It's not in North Hollywood anymore.
It's Studio City.
Which is so weird to me.
It's like same thing. It's North Hollywood. This is a whole different demeanor. Yeah, Studio City is not that far. But yeah, so I met Cam based off of that. My mom was really good friends with Libby. I don't remember what they did as you know, adults at that time. I think they worked together. I have no idea. I barely remember. I just know I was going over to Cam's house like a lot of times. You know, spending a night, doing things, being kids, pretty much right there. Moving over to Sing Prodigy, or Raymond as you may know. I met him through Millennium Dance Complex too, and then it was sort of just me and him every once in a while, and Cam every once in a while. And then out of nowhere, going into a breaking class, I actually met Tosh's dad, Nick, first, surprisingly, in a breaking class. Oh, wow. That's when your dad was taking class at one point, and then he was like, you know, you might get along with my son. And I was like, all right, cool. So, you know, going into the kids class, like an hour later after that class, I had met Tosh and Lauren, and that's just kind of how it kicked in. I don't remember how we started talking. I don't know what it was to spark the information of like, yo, let's like get to know each other. Right. I just know that's the order of how I met
Tosh Spaghetti. That's how we first met. As you guys know, my name is Tosh Spates, right? Me and my sister Tosh Spates, and Lauren Spates, but my last name is spelled Speights. So if you just like don't pay attention, it just looks like spaghetti, I guess.
It's spaghetti, yo.
So they call me Spaghetti.
I seen your last name for the first time, and I was just so confuzzled. Because I was like, Tosh Spaghetti? Like, that's all I can see. Like, I was like, so you got Italian in you.
Not at all. So yeah, the way I met everybody, that at least from what I can remember, is I was a little bit later into the game. Like, you know, Cam, Ty, Ray, they'd all kind of known each other from even before the basement. What was it called before?
There was a Millennium, and then after Millennium was this dance complex called Emotions. And so the way that me and my sister Lauren came about was we went to Millennium, right? We heard that it was the biggest dance studio out there. Like, we were raised in Santa Clarita, right? Very, for lack of a better term, motherfucking white ass area. You know what I mean? We were going to this dance class called New World Dance, and it was cool. It was cool, but it just wasn't like, it wasn't really transcending us into that next level. And so we heard about Millennium, which was in North Hollywood, just like about 30, 45 minutes away from Santa Clarita. So we went to North Hollywood, where we met Tyler, and you know, the teacher at the time was Shorty. I remember taking breaking class at the time, and I was doing face freezes and L kicks and hand hops and some moves that as a real b-boy just doesn't be naming and doing. You don't. But we
didn't know any better. We didn't know any better at the time. We were like, hand hops, that looks cool. It's crazy looking, you know. Face freeze, you don't know the difference. And so we were learning that kind of stuff. And I'd met Tyler, or Dreads, and yeah, he called me Tosh Spaghetti. I remember we connected on Kingdom Hearts and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, we did.
We had a good time. From there, me and my sister, we were looking for what he said. What'd you call it? Emotions?
Emotions Dance Studio.
We were looking for that place. And when we went to the complex where we thought it was, because we'd heard this is like where you really learn how to dance for real, especially for kids at the time. We were looking for Annalicia, and they said, oh, Annalicia is left. She's gone to this place called the basement, and it's literally in a basement.
Yeah.
So we were looking for emotions, and we're like, no, it's moved to this basement. So my sister Lauren at the time had she'd done a commercial with Cam, which is like interesting how that's like the common thread between all of us.
I do remember seeing that commercial too.
The mac and cheese commercial?
Yes, that's what it was. It was a mac and cheese commercial, and I was just like, yo, I thought that was so dope.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah, so dope.
So Lauren had met Cameron before I did. But when we went to the basement, I just remember the first thing that I saw in the basement was this little freckled mixed kid opening the door. Hi! And it was Cam.
Yeah,
And I remember he was shy. That was the first thing that I saw in the basement. He opened the door for us, and we went downstairs, and
Miss McCurdy's in there.
man, our whole lives had changed from there. Getting to the basement, I will say, changed the trajectory of my entire life.
It definitely has for me too,
did.
my dance career, because it's like, even like from Millennium, I noticed there was kids that, kind of left, and then like they were like, to me, just to think about it this way, to me, from my perspective at the time, because that's all I knew, they were like kind of like the OGs to me.
Yeah.
That's all I knew. And then like after going into the emotions, and then, then people left over there and some new people came in, then that's all I knew from them. They were like a whole generation before us.
Yeah.
And they were like, when I say generation, I really realistically mean like there was like teenagers that were already in their teens. And
Right.
by the way, as we're mentioning this, us going to these different dance complexes, we were like at least under 9.
Yeah. we're
Roughly. Yeah. And teenagers that are over 14. So they're a different gen. And so to that point, so it's like, yeah, they were the OGs to me because that's all I knew as them. But as we went to the basement, literally all the teens, they were gone. I'm pretty sure they, some graduated high school, some started building their life. It makes sense. When you get older, you just want to live your life a little bit, and you probably stop doing some of the things. So we stopped seeing them. So I didn't see them as the OGs, and we became the OGs now.
Yeah.
Now there was actual little kids younger than us, such as Cam, because he was like 4 or 5 years younger than us. There was kids that were like 3 years little under him. So we were the next step up. And now when we're at the basement, that's when we started to build up to see like, all right, we are, who we are now. We're the new people that's coming up now.
Yeah.
You know?
I just want to acknowledge the fact that when I met Tyler, he was the best, literally, that I'd ever seen. Even when we went to the basement, he was the best. As far as like breaking goes, he was literally the best.
I appreciate.
Yeah, I would say like when it came to choreography and stuff like that, I would say probably either Cam or Ray was the best. And when it came to just breaking, period, Tyler was the best. I want to say this for a fact. I fucking sucked when we first started. I was terrible. I was so bad. I didn't care, but I was so bad. I was doing face freezes. All my form was wrong, and I just didn't care. I was just doing it anyways. And I remember when we went to when we first met KML.
When we first met KML, I gotta say, seeing Taj's progression leveled up so much higher, to the point where he said what he said about where his level was at. But when I tell you from my perspective, I realized he was stepping up the game, and I know he was starting to get dangerous when he started getting moves that I was just like, I need to step up a bit, Like, I was getting a little afraid myself, because I was all like, bro, like at one point I remember we were able to like battle each other, and that would just be for fun. And I was just like, I feel very confident. But he started getting several moves that I couldn't get, and I was like, okay, that's a little bit I'm feeling a little bit scared and nervous here, so now I gotta be on my A game. And I like that because, just the way how I see things, I'm an anime person, and I watch Dragon Ball Z heavily. As a Super Saiyan, you get powerful when you battle other people who are powerful than you. So when he was getting to that level, I'm starting to leveling up, because all I'm thinking is psychology. I need to outmaneuver this dude.
Right.
That was the same for Ray. That was the same for Cam. And like even for Lauren too, because Lauren has some really style in her breaking that just like, I needed to fix my style too.
Right.
Because Lauren had that swank where she's like, she can look cool doing the most simplest things.
Right.
And I only make things look cool when they look explosive and blow up.
Right.
But I don't want to give blow ups all the time, because that takes so much energy. That takes up more time and more focus to land the trick. If I can be as smooth as how Lauren was too, I'm there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Lauren could kill you before she even did a move. Like just when she walks out, just her faces that she makes and stuff like that. Just the little things. Cam was like that too. Cam had this crazy ass style that, honestly, after we like stopped going to the basement, Cam maybe practiced a handful of times. Like he never practiced, but because of the fact that he just had that ultra b-boy style in him, it never left him, and he would level up without even practicing and stuff like that.
Bro, that always blew my mind.
Yeah.
I see this dude at a jam that we just all go to, and I'm like, bro, he just pulled out new moves. And like, when's the last time you practiced? Oh, probably the last time we hung out. Like, what? What do you mean, bro? Like, I don't get it. Like,
literally.
You're one of those like high school kids who just like slumped and doesn't do much, doesn't even study, but gets straight A's all the
nice
time.
anyways,
Like,
yeah.
those kids, and it's like it blows my mind. Like,
I would say out of all of us, probably Ray was the biggest student of the game, I would say.
he was.
I feel like every time I saw Ray, he was studying some sort of footage or some sort of, somebody's moves. He knew everybody's moves and stuff like that. So if we ever battled anybody, if they bit somebody's move, he knew it right away.
Yeah.
Immediately, and he would call it out immediately.
See, that's definitely one thing that I really liked about Ray too, because Ray, I felt like he was definitely a counterpart from who I was.
Yeah.
And it felt like as if like him and we had that mentality where the sense of like we want to up one each other all the time, all the time, and it just felt like that's why we were just leveling up so progressively, because it was like
The competition.
it's so competitive, you know what I mean? And we hype each other up. I mean, like all of Xmob hypes each other up, but like when I'm saying between Ray and I, when it was just us two first before we met the rest of Xmob, it was literally that point too. So that's why it's like, man, with Ray, I can always see like, damn, I always got to try to do one up, and yet I think Ray's the most technical person.
Most definitely.
Yeah, most technical.
Yeah.
Like he would have sets on sets on set.
Yeah.
You guys are not too familiar what sets are. They're just like your own personal choreography that you want to throw into a freestyle. It doesn't mean it's a whole choreography. It's just like it's a transition that can lead to another transition of another flow of a move. So.
Oh yeah, we used to have things called like a set book or like a combo book, and I remember KML gave them out to us in the very beginning, where he gave us all these little tiny little black books, right? And it was filled with white paper, and we would literally fill out lined paper with our different moves for combos or for sets or whatever, like a blow up that we'd have, something like that. And for me, my shit would be empty at all times. I never had any sets. And let me tell you something. I came up with a couple sets a few times. I could never do them.
Really?
I don't know why. It didn't make any sense to me. I would literally come up with a set, right? We'd do a battle. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to pull out this set. We'd write names for the sets, right? And it'd be like a bunch of moves and stuff like that. I'd go to do the set. I'd do the first move. I couldn't do the rest. I don't know why.
Do you think it's based off of the freestyle and the music and the rhythm that you're going with?
For me, I could only ever freestyle. I was a freestyler.
Yeah.
Which is good and bad. Meaning, for me, I'll either destroy you based on the music and my freestyling and the way that I feel, or I could be absolute and utter garbage and shit. Because it's not precise. I don't know what I'm gonna do. It's just coming out as the music comes on, and if the music inspires me, you might be in danger. But if the music doesn't inspire me and I'm not feeling the flow of the rhythm and stuff like that, I might do terrible.
You're putting in moves just to get you by on something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all going off of feeling.
I do notice for sure, I guarantee for sure, when it came to musicality, Taj was the most dangerous person just to get like musicality. Like if any music drops that we just really heavily knew, like you were always the one to be like, bam, I got the rhythm, I know what to do. And like your rounds would just blow my mind. Like I think my favoriteest jam that I've seen Taj go off and perform is definitely, I think it was maybe freestyle session where you and Ray, I think you flew somewhere. I forgot where.
Oh, yeah, Outbreak?
I think so.
Yeah,
and it was just you two. Did you win that jam?
Nah, we got to the second round. Third round, I think. Yeah.
I mean, regardless, guys, that's still gonna be listed up there if you guys want to check
we'll
up
put
on
it
the
up there.
icon right there. But it's that jam that blew my mind because you set this whole. If I remember back, your halos are the clean. Like his halos are the cleanest halos I've ever seen, and I actually really enjoy the hell of your halos. You know what I mean? Because you know actually how to keep the legs like actually in the circular motion. My halos always go into like a crunched in type thing just to keep my kick around, just to keep going. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but like I have a preference on cleanness, and he's got it. So.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
But that jam for sure, you definitely. I think you guys should have won that like so bad.
It's so weird how we have different moves like that we're just built to be great at. Like for you, flares, you know, air flares, elbow air flares, 90s, all the air moves you were always nice at. For me, my body could never leave the ground or else I'd motherfucking crash. But you always had that. You know,
Man,
the air moves, the dynamic stuff, windmills. Period. Like whether it was nutcrackers.
Oh,
you know,
yeah. Windmills was definitely my specialty
windmills was
for
your
sure.
thing. They'd be clean and they'd be fast.
Man, I preach. That's all I was trying to go for was just the fastness of
Yeah.
it, you know.
And also just air moves, like, you know, even your moon kick 360.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I say moon kick 360
Because that's what it was on the V-board game.
You know what I mean?
It was. It's a corkscrew is another way you can hear it, but as you can see the flipper on this post, that's pretty much what a corkscrew or a moon 360 looks like.
We got a time out. I gotta go pee.
Oh yeah.
Where do we leave off right now? We're talking about breaking, right?
Ew.
We're talking about so much shit.
Yeah, it was.
So I guess we can talk about where the channel's going first.
Yeah, I guess we can.
So what are we doing here, guys? Ty, what's our primary objective with this channel right now?
So our primary objective, we're back at this after watching that little footage right now.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's been just a little bit longer, so we kind of don't know what the hell we just left off from talking about.
Right.
But we're just going to move on to where is the channel going next? And that is a good question. I've always been trying to think about like where has the channel been going next.
Yeah.
At one point, because I know that we've been like very occupied with like our work and stuff like that, which it all makes sense, you know. Like at the end of the day, we're growing up, we got responsibilities, we got to take care of things.
Yeah.
At the moment, at one point I thought the channel was just probably gonna end.
Yeah.
Because I was just
No, I
like
feel it.
we couldn't figure out a time to get together and like come up with episodes, and I don't want to keep hyping you guys up or like, you know, hyping the audience up and all that stuff just about like
what's gonna
season
come out.
4.
Right.
Yeah, because to be honest, season 3 to me felt like there was so much hype.
It was.
There was a lot going on. There was a lot to watch. Videos were almost 12 minutes long, packed with just nonstop jokes, crazy vlogs, and experience. And I know a good portion of you guys like that. So obviously, if you like it, then you know, comment down below if you want more of those. But definitely, because we did slow down, because we just been trying to lock in on work and how the writer's strike for you was like affecting you on your time for what you're trying to do for work, and then me trying to figure out my business and my videography for my YouTube channel, it just made things slow down for the Xmob channel where I just couldn't figure that out, you know.
Yeah.
We're still kind of a one person or just a one group thing, you know. So it's kind of hard to work around the balance between that. But I guess I would say where it's going to be leading to is we're still trying to figure that out.
I mean, I think for me, like ideally, what I expect out of us is, I really do want to make a commitment to this podcast that we're doing, that we just started. This is episode 1.
Yeah.
I really do want to make a commitment to this. I want to try to
Make more podcasts.
weekly do this. I want to weekly meet up to do this, right? As far as the vlogs and stuff like that goes, I think that that's just going to continue naturally. I think, you know,
when we get the time to make it.
it may be a frenetic pace. It may not be like, you know, every single year on this month we're releasing 15 episodes of the year. It may not be like that because, you know, just things have been kind of crazy. But I think as far as our podcasting goes and stuff like that, I would like to make a commitment to try to do this weekly, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I would definitely like that too.
Yeah,
Especially
weekly.
because we can figure out based off of just the talks, and you know, podcasts, as you guys seen in the community of YouTube, like it's rising, you know.
Yeah.
Podcast is rising up, and it's most likely because people are kind of tired of the over clout videos to watch, which there's nothing wrong with it, you know. But if there's too many of it and not enough time for you to just kick back on YouTube and hear some people talk, your favorite creators, you know, just to chit chat and just understand what's going on in their mentals and how their life is or what's going on and what they have to talk about, it's really chill, you know.
It becomes oversaturated sometimes.
Yeah.
So I feel like for us, you know, you guys have seen a lot of our, I mean, I'm guessing, you maybe not, but a lot of our viewers have seen a lot of our vlogs and stuff like that. You've seen a day in the life, or whether we've done the, you know, the music video challenge or whatever you guys have seen. And obviously the links to that will be in the description, or it'll be up here, or it'll be up there. I don't know how we're gonna do it.
It's on that site.
It's on that side. But based on whatever you've seen us currently. But what you may or may not know is about our past, how we met. You know, certain little stories and little details that you guys may not know. So that'll be featured here on this podcast.
And considering that there's still a lot of footage that I currently have
yeah.
of like the Xmob like back in the day, that I don't find a purpose to put this on a vlog.
Right,
You know, it makes
right.
no sense for me to do it because we don't have a fit for that. The only time when it did make sense is when I dropped that one episode for us where we did like the memories video, where I just like kind of just storytelled our like past things that we did with like P Shaky
Right.
videos and like this
Throwback.
other throwback videos that we've created. They were like real far in, and I'll show you on Taj's channel. He has all that pre-shaky like
Yeah.
video skits that we did. Pretty much they're just video skits.
E
but-
Inky.
Yep, that's it. I was inky. But man, it was just there's just like it's a concept of like I think the simplicity of being able to shoot a podcast like this and also have a few other like crazy hype vlogs in the mix every once in a while is definitely great. What I was starting to think though is because I like the idea that we were doing for seasons, but I definitely see seasons are very hard to come around with.
Yeah.
Only because we have to stack it up
Right.
at least like 10 episodes before we can drop it, so it's an episode per week, which would make it like, what, 3 months and a half of just constant videos, you know?
Right.
That's doable, and I see that there's a lot of benefits in that. The downfall that I see is the fact that we have to really be pumping out content in that way, and it can sometimes not be fully natural, because if we don't have that much eventful things, and
But I definitely think making a commitment to this podcast will be a gateway, possibly and hopefully, to starting to be more committed to our vlogging as well. You know, if we meet up at least once a week, every single week, to do this podcast,
that's potential of making some other form of a vlog
Exactly.
outside of the podcast.
it's just going to happen naturally.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, I'm excited for this, guys. I'm excited for the future of this channel. I'm excited to tell you guys some things that nobody knows. You know, because we're gonna tell you guys things that have never been said before.
Never been said. And I know that a lot of you guys still want to ask more about Cam, because obviously we have tons of stories
Right.
of him, you know what I mean? Like, of course, we're going to have to, you know. If, being honest, you guys know him well on the Disney side, just as the B-boy side, totally different perspective, you know? And it's like, it's good times, you know what I
Right.
mean? So,
We got a lot of stories, guys.
we got a lot of stories.
In general, yeah. So I'm looking forward to this podcast and the future of this. I'm excited.
And to make more. Yeah, I'm definitely really vibing with that. And I definitely want to get more onto the podcast for sure. And I hope you guys like kind of vibe with this, because I know with podcasts, it's more like you can just sit back and kind of chill, and we don't have to put so much effort in it, and you can sit back into your own seat or your own bed, and you could just be listening to this, you know, because most of the time podcasts is really just people just listening to it at the time.
Yeah.
You know, if they want to look at the screen, all right, with all means. I mean, with our videos, we're gonna have some videos playing over what we talk about. So like, of course, if you just listen, you might be missing some clips here, but we try to make it still interesting for you guys. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, by the way, guys, did you like that intro that we did?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because this intro and this graph intro that I made for us, like I said, as I'm saying this, we don't know what it looks like. We don't know what this looks like. We're just kind of like going along with it. And I know in the editing I'll probably be like, okay, let me figure out some simple logo that we can do, and figuring it all out as we go along. Which is not bad. We got to start somewhere.
Yeah. Also, do me a favor, guys. Do us a favor in the comments. Please leave messages, whether it's giving us, critique on how we did this podcast. Maybe it's like a question that you want us to answer for the next podcast. If there's any sort of challenges that you want us to attempt to do in this podcast, whatever, like anything, any guests that you guys want us to get possibly for the future, hit us up.
Challenges?
Yeah, you want us to try the Pocky hot chip?
What is that?
You don't know what that is?
No.
The Pocky hot chip?
No.
It's like the most
It's one of those
spicy
hottest
chips ever.
Oh my gosh, no! I've dealt with something like that.
You want to see us do that, guys? Get us to a certain amount of views, and maybe we'll do that. How many views?
I think it might be has to base off of likes.
Okay, how many likes?
I have no idea, bruh.
You want to see us harm ourselves, guys? Get us to a certain amount of likes. What's reasonable? What's our average likes that we get on our videos? Like 100? Yeah, like what's our average? I want to know. 50?
I don't.
20?
Man, I feel like 20 sounds reasonable.
20, okay.
I don't know. I'm really curious though. Let's see what the analytics say.
Let me know.
You guys, I've done so much studying on the analytics on YouTube, it's not even funny. It took me so long to understand everything that I need to understand. Right now, we're at 2.4.
Okay.
And that has been currently from the last thing that I posted, which was...
So 2,400 views.
This video, X Whereabout, posted 11 months ago. Damn, almost near damn a year ago.
Wow, that's our last video?
That's our last video.
Damn.
Yeah, so that was 63.
Okay, let's do this. If you guys reach us to 100 likes, you heard it here first. Me and Tyler will try a Pocky chip on this on this page. All right? Get us to 100 likes, guys, and we will try a Pocky chip here on the next episode.
That's terrible. We're going to be suffering.
I know.
Well, that's where the channel is going to be at. We need your help for it. And matter of fact, I really do want to invest into getting a Patreon for the channel too.
Yeah.
The Patreon will help us if you guys ever wanted to jump in our Patreon. It'll be like a paid subscription of, just to help us out. Yeah. But that would help us out in the sense of like what we can do else with the videos and make the channels. Now, I'm not forcing you guys. No one's like, we're not asking you to join it. We're just gonna make it. And if you guys want to join the Patreon, there will be more content that's separate from all of this, like more behind the scenes, more raw stuff.
Yep.
And you'll probably get some more in times with us too, to chat with y'all more in person over the video calls of how Patreon ever works. It'll just be like exclusive other extra content. But that's only because if you joined us, that would help us to make more videos like these and grow more content. We can get more lights, more gear. Just like how I showed you guys just a moment ago on our light setup and how everything is. It would just help us out a lot, and we'd really appreciate that. But at the end of the day, no pressure. We're still gonna make it and figure things out.
No pressure, but do it, goddammit.
Bro, you're just like in that one video where we were in the back of the when Junior was sleeping, and you're like, "You better get in this. You better start. Yeah, you better subscribe, or else I'm gonna jump out the camera." And I was like, "Damn, bro, you can do that?
You can do that."
So we're at this part of the video. We're about to come to a close, but before we come to a close, let's talk about the questionnaires from the fans of you guys. So the first question what I started off on the Xmob channel, which you'll see in our community post if you want to check that out, we talked about we're going to be filming tomorrow. We have planning on doing a Q&A section, so if there's any questions, feel free. We only have one question.
Yeah, you guys got to get on this. We need more questions. That's crazy.
Well, this was very last minute too. This was literally freaking 12 hours later, but 12 hours before. However, that question is coming from Big Chunky Boy.
Big Chunky Boy.
Question is, do you guys still break?
It's a good question.
No, that's the end of the video. All right, good luck.
First of all, shout out Big Chunky Boy.
Yeah, shout out to you. Thank you for sending your question over.
We love you, Big Chunky Boy. Do we still break? I think the easiest answer to that is no, not as much. But for me, at least, and I think for Tyler as well, we want to get back into breaking a little bit. If not to enter jams or anything like that, we just want to get back into breaking for ourselves. So we will be getting back into breaking. I think that my goal is I want to start practicing with this guy at least once a week if possible. So I think that's another goal. The first goal is setting up doing this podcast every single week. I think that my second goal is if we can practice once a week, I'll be a very happy guy. You agree with that?
Yeah, I can definitely agree. As for me, I am still breaking. I haven't slowed down as much. I still go to jams. I don't enter. I do ciphers, and sometimes I go to sessions with other b-boys that I know. I don't really videotape myself recording. Literally, I really don't. Yeah. But I still break more frequently. My skills have definitely gone a little less, I feel personally. Just because of aging also. Right. Yeah, I'm waking up with sore body half the time. So
we're not doing it every day too, which that'll definitely
cooled us down by a lot. So but overall, yes, I'm still breaking. I literally don't film as much.
Are you down to practice once a week at least?
Oh yeah.
All right, we need to do that.
Of some form. If we can't hit every week, then at least once every 2 weeks I go by is the minimal I'm thinking they'll definitely strain in. But I definitely want us to get back into breaking for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah, because
Thank you, Chunky Boy.
Yes,
for
thank
asking
you.
us that
Appreciate
question.
that. Mm-hmm.
And hey, all the rest of y'all, get on it. Ask us some questions. We'll answer.
Y'all was slacking so much when I posted.
slacking.
I don't know what y'all doing.
What are y'all doing?
Man,
Ask us some questions. Ask us
ask us
some difficult
more.
ones.
Yeah, we need more difficult questions.
Yeah, give us some difficult questions.
That was a simple one.
Make me squirm in my seat.
Man, because I need to be able.
Oh my God.
Nah, we're having fun with y'all. We just really enjoy y'all company here. Honestly, thank you so much for watching this first podcast video.
We struggled through it, but it's been fun.
It's been fun.
We look forward to the next couple episodes here. You've been watching T
And T.
Podcast.
I guess I should say podcast with you too.
We say T? Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You've been watching T
And T
Podcast. Kaboom. I like that.
We are the cheesiest motherfuckers around.
We need sponsors, guys. We want to do ads. So we'll do sponsors for anybody. We don't care what you do. If you sell socks, soap.
Don't judge us, our first video.
Don't judge us. Don't look. Look away.
Well, we're in. Let's
Welcome to the T. Welcome to the T and
T.
Podcast with your boy Taj.
There's so many
I
blooper cuts.
know. Welcome to the T and.
I was saying and, or you saying?
We got a timeout. I gotta go pee.
Oh yeah, really bad. All right.
Hold on, I'll be right back. You have to go to the bathroom?
No, but probably say take the clip off so it doesn't like he hears all the audio. It's like we're just listening to this nigga Taj peeing. It's crazy. There's a lot of I don't know if you can read Mexican, but there's a lot of people that.
That's it? Is
Yeah,
that,
that's literally it. Everything else is just based off of videos.
Okay.
So we literally have one.
Do we still break?
Yeah.
No.
You said make me squirm in my seat. What does that mean?
Make me nervous to answer the question.
Make us very, very hesitant to know what to say.
Make the hairs on my neck stand up. All right? I'm ready for it. Oh my God.
I'll probably be the end blooper. I have to figure out which gonna be the end blooper for everything.
Bro, that was really good.
That felt great.
That felt really good.
Hell yeah.
First video?
I've been way too into you, and I can't seem to get it through.
I got the incense, it's burning. I'm praying that she earnest while knowing good and God.